evening. Just know that God puts you in positions to hear people's stories, not so much for the fact that they're interesting, but I just think how much you learn from people, but how very similar our lives can be. If only you get to know and be loosen up a bit and have a chat, but at the same time have a bit of nuts day, to be honest. I like doing a bit of foraging and looking out for learning quite a lot actually. I went on the weekend, did a short course in mushroom spotting, which was really great actually. I really enjoyed that. It was in the middle of Birmingham city centre at I believe it's called Warstone Cemetery, and yeah, very nice guy. Does free courses in mushroom picking and spotting, and anyway, my wife and I went for that, and we're very much outdoorsy kind of people, so yeah, great fun actually, and just not just for looking for the mushrooms and finding how fantastic that kind of experience is, but at the same time going to this graveyard, two very historical graveyards in the centre of Birmingham, with war graves there, and I learned afterwards that it was these big stones there actually, these big stone slabs that very grand, imagine very grand people there are buried there, but one of them I read later, and I wanted to look more into it. It was a druid. A druid. So yeah, why would in this day and age, why would you be a druid? So I want to know a bit more about that, but at the same time I'm very interested in Celtic history actually. So what our ancient forefathers have for us that we've all forgotten, hence my interest in mushrooms. But anyway, I went to the park with my favourite Swiss Army knife and lost it at the bloody park. And I was so disappointed and depressed because I've had this thing for the last 30 years. And anyway, I went home, felt really bad about it, looked online, see if I could find it, discontinued, don't do this knife anymore. And I thought, I'm really interested in foraging. Am I just going to give up and just leave it? In fact, I went looking first time for it and didn't find it. With the whole family looking for it and causing all kinds of fuss. The whole trip to the park now turned into me looking for the knife and making Dad happy rather than being so downhearted. Anyway, nothing found, but I thought later, damn it, I foraged, for goodness sake, why am I going to give up? I went back, retraced my steps, long grass, lots of dead leaves turning brown on the floor. I thought there's no way I'm going to find it, and I was making Islamic kind of prayers, and there it was in the long grass that had caught my eye, the whole of the park, and I found it. Oh dear. So I thought, moral of the story, don't ever give up. Anyway, lovely man I just met Sutton town centre, picked him up, not in a great location actually. I don't know if everyone knows where the Nando's is in Sutton town centre. I was congested with other taxis trying to pick up people, and this man who could hardly walk, trying to come around the cars, and I'm jamming up the traffic. Anyway, what a lovely man. I started talking to him. He'd been in an accident in the garden. I spent a lot of my days in the garden, and he told me his story, trying to bring down a tree on his own. Had an accident with the rope holding onto the tree, went flying through the air, broke his leg in 2 or 3 places, and broke his ankle, and knocked himself out for 4 hours flat out on the floor. No one to help him. Oh my God! And I was just thinking. I said to him that I've been trained to climb trees last year. If I'd met you earlier, I could have helped you out. Anyway, works for the government, but generally just a lovely person. And he's having now been a year now, and he's having to have another 3 operations. Wished he'd spent £100. He said, £100 bringing the tree down. It was an apple tree, so it wasn't very tall. Wish he'd done that. Now he's spending about £40 a day on Ubers, and having to have 3 operations. Nearly lost his leg. Nearly had to have it amputated. The ambulance wouldn't come out for 3 hours after he'd said that it wasn't life-threatening, so he had to crawl back into the house from the garden. I said, I bet you look at the garden differently now. He said, I can't look at trees the same way, he said, and there was no Christmas tree that year. Oh dear, people have to go through. But yeah, I don't know if Allah, God, wanted me to take something from that and just be very careful. I told them that I'm interested in living life to the full. I'm hoping to do a scuba diving course, looking at doing climbing. I'm interested in all kinds of things at the moment, potholing. Yeah, so let's see. I don't know. I'm not letting that change my mind, but yeah, I suppose you've got to think about the family, and no intention of being knocked out in the garden on my own because I was stupid with my ropes climbing trees. Anyway, getting dark now. After I'd gone to the park the second time, thank goodness I found it quickly so I could do some Ubering. Yeah, anyway.